He started as a slave. He ended as the Bishop of Rome. Between those 2 points, he cracked open the door of mercy, and Rome split over it. Callistus didn't come from old families or safe careers. He learned the church from the ground up, literally among tombs he organized and guarded. Then the keys of Peter landed in his hands, and every hard question rushed the room. Who gets forgiven? Who belongs? How far grace can go? His answer made enemies, inspired saints, and still shapes the confessional today. Before we argue with him, let's meet the man who carried both scandal and sanctity on the same shoulders. Picture a broom closet of a bank. A slave behind a counter, a line of believers trusting him with their coins. Then the bottom drops out. Loans sour. Money vanishes. Callistus runs. He's dragged back. Rage fills the room. Reports claim he even barged into a synagogue to beg depositors to be patient, desperate, sweaty, humiliated. It ends in chains. A sentence no one walks away from. Sardinia. Minds that eat men alive. Down there the days blur. Air like knives. Names forgotten. But not his. Somewhere in Rome a door opens at court. A favor is asked. A list is written. And a guard reads it at the pit's mouth. Callistus. When he steps into light again, he's not the same man who lost everything. Failure has burned the swagger off. What's left is a survivor who knows exactly how fragile people are and how far mercy has already chased him. Rome trusted him with the dead first. Not palaces, not councils, tombs. On the Appian Way, he learned the church by torchlight. Names scratched in plaster, mothers weeping, quiet hymns under stone. He mapped corridors, carved resting places for the poor, laid martyrs like seeds. Mercy became muscle memory there. Families came shattered. He steadied them, prayed, made room. When you carry grief for a living, rules stop being theory. So when Zephyrinus died, Rome reached for the man who knew how to bind a body and a soul. Callistus took the chair of Peter. And all the arguments waiting in the shadows stepped into daylight. Who is Christ? Exactly? Who can be forgiven? Really? Rome loves a fight over words. Who is the Son? How does the Father differ? Into this debate walks Callistus, calm voice, iron spine. Hippolytus points a finger. You blur the Trinity. Callistus answers without shouting. He draws a line on the ground and casts out Sibelius, the very teacher of the error he's accused of. The rumor sticks anyway. That's how rumors work. Then comes the other fire, mercy. Tertullian hears that Rome is reconciling grave sinners after penance, and he detonates a book. Callistus insists the keys are real. The church can bind. The church can loose. Not cheap grace, public penance, real change, then a door that actually opens. He even recognizes marriages the city sneers at, a freeborn woman and a slave, not as scandal, but as vows. Hostile sources say he let the fallen stand again, even some clergy, after hard medicine. To Callistus, unity isn't a slogan, it's work. You gather the broken, and you'll bleed for it. Hippolytus won't bend. He forms a rival flock, the first Antipope, convinced that mercy has become license. Callistus doesn't flinch. He holds the center while Rome chooses sides. Trastevere burns hot when Rome is nervous. Somewhere in those tight streets, tradition says a crowd found Callistus. No courtroom, no last speech, a well. The splash ends the argument for a moment. They lift him out to the Via Aurelia, to Calipodius ground, and lay him down. Not in the corridors he mapped, but in earth that will carry his name anyway. Across the river, a house of prayer gathers, the titulus that becomes Santa Maria in Trastevere, a lamp in the quarter where he bled. And the rival, Hippolytus, iron-boned and certain, is shipped in chains with Pope Pontian to the mines of Sardinia. Rock has a way of clarifying things. Somewhere between blows and darkness, the break heals. He reconciles. He dies there too. When Rome brings the bodies home, It writes an ending neither man could have drafted. Both are saints. That's the strange arithmetic of the early church. Mercy isn't the opposite of truth. Sometimes it's how truth finally breathes. Mercy isn't a loophole. It's a door with hinges strong enough to swing back against the wind. Callistus takes the keys seriously. Bind when harm must be stopped. Loose when a sinner stands up again. Not cheap, not quick. Penance first. He knows the damage sin does. He's seen it by torchlight in the catacombs. So forgiveness isn't a shrug. It's surgery. You tell the truth. You change your life. You come home. That's why his mercy angers the hardliners and steadies the broken. He refuses purity tests that split families, even calls real marriages real, when Rome rolls its eyes. In a city addicted to factions, Callistus guards the center. Doctrine intact. Doors open. That balance is harder than a ban. But it's how a church survives scandal without losing its soul. If you lead anything, a parish, a team, a family, Callistus hands you a map. First line, mercy isn't mush. It tells the truth, asks for change, and then opens the door. Second, hold the center. When the loudest voices say crush or shrug, choose neither. Guard doctrine. Practice mercy. Third, quit the purity games. Factions feel righteous. They bleed the body dry. Fourth, serve where grief gathers. Bury the poor. Feed the hungry. Let your theology show up with a shovel in its hand. Fifth, use authority like a key, not a hammer. Lock what harms. Unlock what repents. Do this long enough and someone will call you soft. Do it well enough and the broken will call you father. Callistus doesn't give us a neat statue. He gives us a roadmap with blisters. Start where he started, at the bottom. Lose what you thought you could control. Learn mercy the hard way. Then take the keys. Lock what harms. Loose what repents. Hold the center when the room splits. Refuse the easy win of factions. Remember the ending. The rival reconciles. The martyr goes under the water and into the light. Rome writes both names among the saints. So here's the line to walk out with. Truth without mercy breaks people. Mercy without truth dissolves them. Hold both and you'll actually build a church. If the story moved you, carry it. Choose one relationship to reconcile. Choose one wound to confess. Choose one door to open.